V.Square.
Content, information, and opinions expressed during the related show are those of the show personalities and guest alone, and not those of Vic Canellis Media Group, its parent, affiliates, or stations. VCMG Live is not responsible for any content, information, or opinions expressed. User bears full responsibility for their reliance on such content, information, or opinions.
All right, so check it out, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back, Friday night, VIP Lifestyle Network. You made it. Congratulations. Ladies and gentlemen, before we start our show, I'm going to give a quick shout out to all of our sponsors. All right, we got Deck and Drive, we got Pizza Rica, Storm Tight Windows, and of course, FatPickle.com. Let me introduce you my co-host. I got Meg Chop Kenny. I got the beautiful Denise Cassell. I got myself. My name is Nico. Give it up for the man, the myth, the legend, Joe Rubo.
Welcome, everybody, to VIP Lifestyle Network. We are live from Boca Raton, and what a week it's been, man. Thank God it's over. That's all I have to say.
Yes, I totally agree. It's been a long week. Well, you know, I'm super excited. Once again, we've had a great show last week. I want to make sure we give a shout out. If you missed the show from last week, we had Tony Moran that was on.
Whoop, whoop.
He's one of the major, iconic, legendary freestyle 80s music DJ, and it was just a really great
Hell of a
interview.
dude, too. What a great guy.
Yeah.
Gentleman, a mensch.
In the house.
Charlie the man, the myth, the legend.
Oh,
himself.
Charlie's a mensch, too. Great guy. Very whimsical, nice guy.
Hey, listen, guys, is it me, or does it seem like last week's show was like 10 months ago? Seems
You know something, Joe? Ever since you get a little bit older, time just passes you right by, I'll tell you.
I asked the wrong person.
I was going to say, Joe, no, it feels like it was last week.
It's because this week has been something. I don't know what's in the rain or in the water.
No, the
They
weather's
gotta stop the
ridiculous,
chemtrails,
bro.
'cause
Seriously.
Really,
Makes you wanna
It
sleep.
was a long week.
Imagine if you owned a yacht. You couldn't even take it out.
Well, you know, we do have to introduce one of our other added co-hosts for tonight. And we're very excited. Joe, you want to do the honors?
Yes, one of my favorite people. Actress, producer, director. What else?
Gorgeous.
Business owner as well.
Business owner, real
My
estate.
Coast to Coast film studio that I opened up.
You let her tell you. There's too much. She's awesome. Very good friend of mine for years. Love her. Gia Salazar.
Welcome.
Thank you. So excited to be here.
You know, you were with us a little bit, I'd say, last year at our other
Yes.
studio.
Yes.
How do you like the studio?
I love it. I love everything you have going on, the DJ, the whole vibe. It's so nice.
Yeah, we
So
really
happy
are
for you
excited.
guys.
He's all right.
Yeah, just get back to the DJ, sweetheart. All right. Whoop, whoop. That was her favorite part, Joe. Don't get mad. That was her favorite part, bro. She's like, what room? The DJ. All right, awesome.
So last time we spoke, you were talking about opening up a studio.
Yes.
So it sounds like it finally came to be. Give us an update on what's going
tell
on,
us
what
what's
projects you're working on. We have to mention that she's also a mama.
Yeah.
Yes.
She has a beautiful son. Is that right?
Thank you. Yes.
Yes.
How old is he now?
4.
Maron.
You would never know she gave
4,
birth.
but honestly, he's up to here on me.
Big boy.
He's huge.
Oh.
Everyone thinks he's like 5 or 6, and he he wears like size 5 and 6, but he's only 4.
Wow.
It's crazy.
Gonna make
He's
him a
going to pass
football
me by
player.
the time he's 8.
Yep. But you still lay the law, I'm sure.
Of course.
She made her own bodyguard. She was,
There you go. Love it.
Right?
Love it. So tell us what's going on in your world.
So Coast to Coast Films is located in Hollywood.
California.
Yeah, we have a green screen, we have photography, we have 4 hair and makeup stations, we have an audition room, we have a recording studio, private entrance, private full kitchen, private full bath.
Wow.
And we are expanding now and doing podcasts, but we're doing talk show style sets. So we have 10 different sets to pick from, which is really nice. And we also host celebrity coach acting classes as well.
Well, look at that.
Guess who's one of the coaches?
Oh, yes, Tyler Gallant.
Tyler?
Oh, my God. Tyler is incredible.
my guy.
Yes, that's my guy, too. He's amazing.
I had him first.
No, but listen.
oh yeah. He won her in the raffle without a ticket being drawn.
Well, he's all. What I'm saying is, like, he teaches the Michael Chekhov method, which is the method that they use, like Leonardo DiCaprio and
interesting.
Denzel and Robert De Niro. They
That's it?
use this method. This is like a serious method that they don't teach it. And if they do, it's like for the A-lister celebrities, and he teaches it.
So you'll be having this happening in your new studio in Hollywood.
We're already doing it.
You are. How
Yes.
long has it been open now?
It's been open since November.
November.
Yeah, we
Okay.
had a
can't wait to
soft
come
open
out
in
there.
November. Yeah. And so we do the acting classes the second and third week of every month. But obviously this month I took a little break and I came to Florida. But when I come back in July, we're going to start them back up again. So if you're a serious actor and you're looking to get into the, or just sharpen your craft, like, I'm telling you, you do not want to miss Tyler's class.
So
he's incredible.
Hypothetically, someone goes there to be an actor and actresses, and
Yes.
in their mind, they're incredible. But in reality, you're like, I don't even know what to do with this person. Have you ever had that situation where they're like, horrific, where you're like, dude, maybe you should go get a job. You know what I mean? Have you had any of that?
The thing is
Or
like,
just keep just
you
cheering
know
them
what
on?
they say, like preparation meets opportunity.
Sure.
It's just about being consistent
Sure.
and just working on your craft and taking it seriously and putting in the work. Because I've seen some actors that I was like, when they first started the school or the class, and then Tyler comes in, and then after 2-3 days, they improve by
That's
like
amazing.
40%.
Wow. That's
Yeah,
cool.
and I'm proud, and I'm like, oh my
Like,
god!
I was going to fire you last week.
No, but you know what I mean? Because I know that they're going to start booking or they're going to start really working, and then it'll be nice to say that, they'll say, we came to Coast Films. I studied with Tyler Galan. He's my coach, and then it makes me feel good that we're able to make a difference and help others on
that's
their
nice.
journey.
So let me ask you, now this is out in Hollywood, California.
Yes, in the heart of Hollywood, California, on
Right.
Santa Monica Boulevard.
That's a
We're
hot spot.
a few minutes away from where they have the Oscars at the Dolby Theater.
Right.
Yeah, we're a few minutes from there.
Are any of these classes that you're offering, can they go and do it like a Zoom? Can they connect
Of
via
course,
Zoom?
yes, we offer virtuals as well.
Oh, I'm going to do it.
You should.
I'm gonna do it.
And
We get a discount?
life-changing.
I was going to
Like,
say,
we don't-
4
no
for 1.
joke.
It's funny you brought it up because last week I was talking to Denise, and I think to all you guys about it. We were talking about Harvey Keitel, and they're all from that method. Harvey Keitel.
Okay.
yeah.
Oh, no, all the
all of them,
greats
yeah,
use
yeah.
this
Al
method. And-
Pacino.
Interesting.
Right. And then the people who know it, which is the A-listers, are they don't have the time or don't want to, they don't care to teach.
Sure.
That's
But
what-
the
that's the
thing is
method
that
I wanna
Tyler
do.
actually cares, and he's all about making a difference as well. So it's really beautiful to align myself with people who are also movers and shakers, but also care and want to make
Sure.
a difference, because I feel like that's what really life's about, is like making a difference and trying to help others as well.
Absolutely.
Not just
Of
course.
me,
Come on,
me,
Kenny,
me.
let's
Right.
let's
You
do
know?
it Zoom.
Yeah, Kenny.
So how would they, if
No, I
anyone
wanna go
wanted to
live.
participate, how would they
All
do
right,
that?
let's go.
They can give me a call, 323-219-0549, or
Okay.
go on our website, www.ctcfilmsllc.com.
So I think that
CTC
what we're gonna have
Films.
to do is we're gonna have to take the show
group
down there
lesson?
and go visit.
Yes!
You can do it live
come
from the
down.
studio.
A group lesson? I have
Yes,
multiple
absolutely.
I have
Yeah.
multiple
10 different
personalities, so
types of
it could be
you
a
got
few
some-
people
Take the
going.
show, take the show from there.
Well, we'll do it there.
Why not?
I mean, you got a big event in November, right?
Yes,
Let's
we
talk
do.
about it.
Yes.
So big shout out to all our
I gotta see
sponsors
if I
so we can get this
permission to do
funded.
that.
We need this funded.
www.sendmoney.com. 6th Borough. Quick. Just
Well,
catch me on my fans only and only fans. You can hit me up there, and then I'll.
Well, we're always excited to support anyone we have on our show, and I know that you've come a long way. You've shared your journey before, and here you are in the 6th Borough, and you are doing coast to coast. You're here, you're living here,
Yes,
as
that's-
well as living in Hollywood.
That's why I named it Coast to Coast.
Makes sense.
Because I represent both coasts, and I went there with nothing. I knew nobody.
Right.
Nobody, and I just went, and I was able to, in 2 years. I mean, in 2 years, I bought my house, I opened up my studio, so it's not bad.
the place
and
to
I,
be.
and
What's your
I have,
husband's
I have a
name?
nice life out there. I have a lot of friends.
Forgot your husband. Are you married by chance? Yeah, you were like, I did it all by myself.
There's no
I was like-
time.
No, but I'm not married.
She was like, I ran out there 2 years and I did it all.
I
was like,
did
wait
do
a
it
minute.
all by
She did.
myself.
I
I'm not-
know, but I'm asking. I
I
didn't know
don't
if
have
you-
a husband.
you
I
don't have a
really
hus-
did it by
Oh,
myself.
you did? Yalla. Okay, baby. I don't know. I
Yeah.
thought that was a wedding ring. I had no idea. I
No,
apologize.
no. It would have been in this hand.
Sweetheart,
I gotta
I'm,
tell
I'm, never,
Yeah,
you know,
it's-
I'm working. I got these bright lights in my face.
It's
I'm
cool.
just trying to work the...
It's all good.
All right, so then she did it.
Yes.
Yeah.
I always grew up thinking coast to coast was LA to Chicago, and when I moved to Florida, I was like, oh yeah, this is where this is really
Jeez.
the coast to coast.
Yeah.
I'm very proud of you. I mean,
Thank
you
you.
really
That's
have.
incredible. Are you kidding me?
That's amazing.
I put
You've
some
owned a
cream and
journey.
sprinkles
Parent.
on
I
that.
literally
And
packed
you're
up
a
my
single
baby
parent?
and we left.
Oh, no way. My
Yeah.
goodness. All right.
That's
I didn't even
fantastic.
tell anyone I was leaving. I told my parents like a couple of days before. They're like, "What?" And I just kind of left. And then everybody found out when I put on my Facebook, instead of Boca, changed it to lives in Los Angeles, and everyone's like, "What? You left?"
We can start a live dating show right now. Are you single? All the viewers, man, call in. She's single and she's
Yes,
looking to
find me
mingle.
someone that's worth my
The
time.
raffle just got
Oh yeah, but
interesting.
yo, guys, we gotta qualify though. No disrespect, fellas.
Gee, they're constantly trying to raffle me
You gotta
off.
qualify.
You should do a bachelorette. No.
Oh well, I don't know
do
if there's
it.
a senior version of that, but we'll see. I don't know. I'm open to anything. How's that?
There you go.
I really am very, very proud of what you've done. It's a great example, and in an industry that we've had so many guests here on the show that are in the media world and film. Oh, there's the echo.
Oh, that means
That was Denise. That was the creep.
it's time for commercial break.
Is that what that is?
We're
Yes.
getting there in 1 minute, but I want you to stay with us. We're going to keep you on for the rest of the show, and we want to hear more about what you're doing. But we
Yes.
have to go to commercial break, and we're
Okay.
going to introduce our guest.
Perfect.
All right, so ladies and gentlemen, stay right where you are. Friday night, baby. VIP Network TV. Let's go. Stay where you are.
Buy 2 StormTite Impact windows, get 1 free. That's right. For every 2 StormTite windows you buy, you'll get 1 free. This offer is for a limited time only and has limited availability. To get more info on this offer before time runs out, text the word at the bottom of your screen to 373737 now. Hurricane season is almost here, and to help you prepare, StormTite Windows is giving away $25,000 in new impact windows to a lucky winner. It's easy. Just text the word at the bottom of your screen to 373737. Text now.
Who cleans and seals the pavers in your neighborhood for a really great price? It's Deck and Drive!
Hi, I'm Keith from Deck and Drive, and we're proud to be South Florida's most referred paver clean and seal company. Our paver clean and seal service is a great way to upgrade the look of the pavers or concrete in your driveway, pool deck, or any outdoor living space. But beware, if your clean and seal is not done by a trained professional, it could cost thousands of dollars in repairs and replacements. People always ask me, how do we get so many referrals? Well, we show up on time, we do a great job, and we offer financing that fits anyone's budget.
So if you want the cleanest pavers in your neighborhood done right for a fair price, text CLEAN to 909090 today. Text CLEAN to 909090 now and get $50 off your first clean and seal project and upfront pricing with no in-home sales presentation required. Text CLEAN to 909090 now. And now it's time for Fun Pickle Facts. Brought to you by Fat Pickle. Cold, crisp, and delicious. Now that's a fat pickle. Pickles, pickles. Everyone bites pickles. Fat pickles bite back. Have you ever met a pickle you didn't like? Never. What's green and used to be a cucumber? A fat pickle, of course. What's green and flies? Fat pickle. What's green, cold, crisp, and delicious? Don't you know the answer by now? It's a fat pickle. Fat pickle. Fat pickle. Cold, crisp, and delicious. That's a fat pickle. Coming to you live from the fine brine, it's Fat Pickles.
Check it out, baby. Friday night, you made it. Congratulations. VIP Lifestyle Network. Ladies and gentlemen, we are live in Boca Raton, Florida. I'm going to pass it over to the one and only Mag Chop Kenny.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome back. I got to tell you guys, so I finally got the... She's malfunctioning over here.
It wasn't a wardrobe version. It's okay.
I went and I was able to call. So by the way, I want you guys to text right now, clean, the word clean, to 909090. Yes, 909090. Text it now. It's free. It's for Deck and Drive. And what an amazing staff they have. They got an amazing team that they put together. They do driveway cleaning. They do pavers. And if you have like your old pavers, and let's say they're still good, they'll save you some money and they'll match them and make it all new and make it look good. They do a really amazing job. Their staff is really cool, and they're going to give you $50 off of your cleaning If you text clean to 909090, really great place. They seal they will seal it. I mean, it's really cool.
Will they pour concrete?
They will pour concrete. They do all kinds of different projects for your patios, indoor, outdoor. You gotta look at their website. Go to the website and check them out. It's really cool.
Nice.
Deck and Drive. I love it.
Deck and Drive. All right. Well,
What do you got?
Well, you see the way this weather is, right? Every day.
Horrible.
Every day, you're hearing of a tropical depression or a storm taking place out, just missing us, or it's coming. You know, that's why you need storm-tight windows.
It
The
won't
best
miss
in
my
the
house.
game.
It always hits my
Yeah,
house.
It gets a direct hit to yours.
It's a direct hit no matter what,
But
even if it's not coming this way, it comes.
But storm-tight windows, the best in the business. And let me tell you something else. If you want a chance to win $25,000 in windows and window products, text FOX to 373737. That's FOX 373737. 25 big ones.
25 big one. I could use
It
25,000.
sounds like we got a storm coming.
That's because I'm here.
Oh.
No, we have to really say thank you to our sponsors. If we don't have them, we don't have this. And so we encourage anyone that wants to have more of us being able to promote and work with you. We're happy to do that. We promise results. And so stay with us. But going back to where we are today in our show, we have Gia that's with us. And she's our co-host tonight,
Yes.
talking about her experience and her accomplishments and just amazing story. But let's make sure that we now talk about who our next guest is. And, you know, let's
She
just...
ready?
She should be on. I think we are already there. But let's stage her. But really important, you know, the big news in the headlines.
Yes, terrible news.
Terrible news is that we've had a terrible tragedy take place in the ocean over by the Titanic, and unfortunately, these people perished, and it was a terrible event. But there is some. Not that there's a silver lining, but unfortunately, we can say that the news stands that they imploded. So there was no. They think that there was no suffering, that it was just a sudden implosion. And so, you know what? Honestly, that's a little bit of a silver lining. I know the families are hurting. So
there was a lot of jokes and stuff put up on the internet, and I'm guilty myself. And I took them all down when, you know.
That's good, Joe. That's very nice of you.
But honestly, we've had a guest on here before.
Yes.
And she actually has done the submersive dive to the Titanic. And here we have Fran Capo that's going to be on with us. That's going to be
Awesome.
talking.
And she also is
But she's also the Guinness Book of World Record fastest speaking woman.
behind you.
Behind me? No, she wins. She actually
Wow,
wins.
that's
I think she even bungee jumped into like a volcano or something. Like,
She
she's
actually
done it all.
ziplined, I believe.
the most
You don't
interesting
bungee
zipline.
jump.
Yeah,
You don't
she's
bungee jump
Yo,
into
man,
a volcano.
Listen,
Yo, after she heard Gia's explanation, she's like, "I'm a woman. I did it all." This chick was like, "Hold my beer, Gia, hold on, baby. That's all you did, coast to coast."
Oh my God, you're too much.
So we want to actually introduce her. We did have her on during the holidays.
Christmas time.
We had her on, and she actually read.
The night before Christmas in like 20 seconds.
Well, it was
Yeah.
it was a little longer than 20 seconds, but I've never heard it read. The full book of The Night Before Christmas, she actually read it.
All right, cool. Let's not do that.
And we actually, no, we did do it, but you actually understood the words. Anyway, everyone, I want to introduce Fran Capo, who's with us
Fran,
today.
where are
Let's
you?
bring her on. We're very excited to have you on here, everyone. Fran Capo, there she is.
There she is.
Thanks so much. We're doing great. Thanks so much for being with us today. Once enough, we can't say enough about you being on and your accomplishments. And, you know, when I reached out to you, I'm like, I think I remember her sharing that she did do an excursion or an experience to this degree of what actually has been going on. The most recent headlines on the submersive that just unfortunately imploded in the water. And you were on ABC World News recently. Am I right?
Yeah, I did ABC World News. Well, because, you know, whenever something happens, they want someone that could relate to the story. And because only 180 people in the world have been down to the wreck site of the Titanic, they obviously reach out so you could explain what people are feeling that are down by the wreck site. So I was on ABC World News. I was on a bunch of different local channels. I was on a radio station in LA. I did 2 more shows this morning. So yeah, giving my thing. And that's the video that you're showing there was from July 10, 2005, when I actually went down to the Titanic.
And were you scared?
No. See, the thing is, okay, here's the thing. When you decide that you're going to do one of these adventures, anything about being scared, you've gone through your head to get to the point that, yes, I'm going to do this adventure. And I'm not saying you don't have a little bit of nervousness, but I did not go in the same submersible that unfortunately Justin
That was my
imploded.
question.
Okay, so I went, have you guys have all seen the movie The Titanic, right?
Of course, yes.
Yeah. So in the movie The Titanic, they were on what they call a mothership. And in this instance, it was the Keldysh. And the Keldysh has two submersibles that are Mir 1 and Mir 2. You could see the Keldysh. I'm climbing into it now. That's the Keldysh. That's the Mir. That's the submersible. Now, the difference is those submersibles, first of all, at the time that I had done it, they had already done 1,078 successful dives.
Wow.
No.
Wow.
Okay, so when you look and doing an adventure, you're like, okay, that's gone down over 1,000 times. Nothing's happened. This seems safe. Not to say that you can't say that something can't happen. So what happened was the way that I got it, I'll tell you the way that I got it. And this is the true way I got it. And obviously I'm not trying to make in light of anything that happened, but this is really what happened. So I had just climbed Kilimanjaro and did a book signing at the top of Kilimanjaro. And there was an article in the paper that, came out about me climbing Kilimanjaro. And I got an email out of the blue from Brian Day O'Connor, who was Sandra Day O'Connor's son, the U.S. former Supreme Court Justice. And he sends me this email. Hi, I didn't know that such a woman exists. I think it's great that you do this. P.S. I'm going down to the Titanic. So I'm like, going down to the Titanic? So I'm thinking in my head, hey, any room for another person? And he goes, what are you talking about? I go, I didn't know people could just go down to the Titanic. I figured that was like the movies or whatever. So he hooks me up with this company called Deep Ocean Expeditions. So I called them up. I said, well, what do you have to do to go down to the Titanic? And they said there's 3.
Watch the movie?
Pay $200,000.
I would say watch the movie. I don't know.
No, it was $35,000, not $250,000. So they said there's 3 requirements. I said, what are they? They said, first, you can't have high blood pressure. I said, okay, not a problem. I said, what's the second thing? They said, you can't be claustrophobic. I said, well, what happens if you are? They said, well, I said, what if somebody lies and says they're not? They said, well, if you're down there and you start panicking, we shoot you with a dart gun.
They don't play.
I'm like, a dart gun? They said, yeah, we can't have people panic down there.
No, because everybody else will panic.
What?
Because everybody else will freak out.
Well, yeah, well, there's not in everybody else. There's only 3 people. It's really tiny. It's only 7 feet inside the submersible.
Wow.
So
They don't just stick you with it. They full out they shoot you with it. They don't just stab you.
Okay, and what's the third thing? Go ahead, guys. Let's focus.
So the third thing is you can't have excessive flatulence.
Who? I go Volt.
And
All right. I'm
I
out.
said,
I'm out.
please, you fart too much. So I said, why is that? They said it's pure oxygen.
You can't say
And if you fart too much, you could blow up the ship.
Oh, God.
No
But
way.
doesn't it have something to do with what you're eating, though? Doesn't your gas have something to do?
No pasta azul that day.
Hey, but doesn't it have to do with something you're eating? Like, obviously, you ate 10 sausages. You clearly
Did you eat pasta azul the night before?
Did you not eat before you
You
went?
gotta make sure you stay away from beans, the pasta fazool.
Yeah.
The thing is,
Now, do they
I
give you
didn't
gas
know.
X before you get on?
That's not
But the thing was, I didn't know how much was too much. So I said, all right. So I looked it up and found out that the average person farts 18 times a day.
I never thought we'd go this direction.
I'm sure I can beat
So
that.
I said,
18
well,
times.
okay. I started counting.
Oh, no.
So when I got to 12 and nothing else was coming out, I figured I was okay.
All right, then.
But that was 8 a.m.
So now they have all these requirements that they tell you. Obviously, just like with the Titan, they make you sign a release form.
Yes.
You can before you go down. So now you leave the same place that the Titan left from. You leave from Nova Scotia, from St. John's. And the reason you do that is because when the Titanic was leaving initially, when it was coming down and it was going from England and it was heading to New York, it was 32 miles, not 32 miles, 330 hours.
miles. Got to go to a quick commercial.
Hold
that.
Wait,
Hold that
Fran.
thought of 32 miles. Hold that thought right there. We're going to go to a quick commercial.
We have to take a commercial break.
Okay.
VIP Lifestyle Network. Ladies and gentlemen, stay right where you are. We're about to go to the bottom of the ocean. Stay right there. Let's go.
The opinions expressed on the preceding sponsored program were strictly those of its host, guests, and callers, and not necessarily those of this station, its staff, management, or sponsors.
WWNN Pompano Beach, WIRK HD3 Indiantown. Programming paid for by Vic Canales Media Group. Broadcasting from the Robe Studio. Injured recently? Call the Robes Law Group, where winning is a habit. 561-570-5700. 561-570-5700. Robes, winning for you and our community. Your home for the True Oldies channel. Have you ever wanted to feel like royalty?
Oh, Chiefs, fetch me my computer so I may log on to the Loyal Listener Club.
Yes, sire.
Join our Loyal Listener Club and sign up today at TrueOldiesFLA.com. Once you're a member, you'll be eligible to get special deals, participate in exclusive contests, and more. Plus, you'll get our newsletter in your inbox, packed with information on your favorite oldies personalities, inside information on your favorite artists, and great music insights. Visit TrueOldiesFLA.com and join the Loyal Listener Club today. Follow Oldies Not social media. See what's happening in the community. Have a laugh with some funny memes. And keep in touch with other good time oldies lovers. Facebook and Instagram at TrueOldiesFLA. That's at TrueOldiesFLA. This hurricane season, count on Oldies 95.9 and 106.9 and our partners WPBF ABC Channel 25 meteorologist to track the tropics and keep you informed in the event of a storm. It's headed right for us! On your TV or on your radio, we got you covered.
Tropical storm watch will likely see heavy rains starting tonight.
Oldies 95.9 and WPBF ABC Channel 25, tracking the tropics. Alexa rocks, and now so do you.
How can I help you?
Just say, Alexa, play True Oldies FLA.
Okay, playing it now.
Now, you've got the good time oldies.
To celebrate all my special occasions, Cafe Chardonnay is the place that I choose. But I'll let you in on a little secret. Dining at Cafe Chardonnay turns any ordinary evening into a special occasion. For over 30 years, owners Frank and Gigi have created a restaurant with a unique atmosphere, elegant yet warm and friendly. Cafe Chardonnay features today's freshest local farm produce and seafood just caught from the ocean. Cafe Chardonnay partners with nearby farmers, ranchers, and fishermen to provide the highest quality ingredients, and Chef Frank's talent combines these fresh ingredients to create delicious, novel, exciting dishes.
Make every evening a celebration at Cafe Chardonnay, located in Palm Beach Gardens on the corner of PGA Boulevard and Military Trail. Call 561-627-2662, 561-627-2662, online at cafechardonnay.com.
And be sure to enjoy a glass of wine from Cafe Chardonnay's legendary wine cellar.
Follow Oldies Not social media. See what's happening in the community. Have a laugh with some funny memes. And keep in touch with other good time oldies lovers. Facebook and Instagram at True Oldies FLA. That's at True Oldies FLA.
Hi, this is Joe Thomas from the Jupiter Joe Money Show. What if I told you there was a retirement strategy where your money wasn't all at risk? I have guaranteed options to keep your money safe without losing a penny in the market. Your money grows when the market goes up, and most importantly, you never lose a penny when the market drops. Doesn't that sound like a better retirement strategy? Get a free copy of my book by going to jupiterjoe.com or calling 561-743-0999. Get a copy of my free book, Retirement Know-It-All, by going to jupiterjoe.com today.
This program is furnished by amp2tv.square.
Content, information, and opinions expressed during the related show are those of the show personalities and guests alone, and not those of Vic Canellis Media Group, its parent, affiliates, or stations. VCMG Live is not responsible for any content, information, or opinions expressed. User bears full responsibility for their reliance on such content, information, or opinions.
No?
All right, so check it out, ladies and gentlemen. You waited. We are back Friday night, the sexiest place to be. Every Friday night here, VIP Lifestyle Network. All right, so who am I taking this to? I'm going to give it to the one and only beautiful Denise Cassell. Check this out. Let's go. Take it away, Denise.
Thank you, Nico. So, everyone, we've been actually speaking with Fran Capo, who is our guest this evening. And not only she is the the Guinness Book World Record holder for the fastest speaking woman, but she also is sharing her experience in going in a submersive down to the Titanic. And it's just so far a very interesting interview. So, Fran, let's bring you back on because I got a gazillion questions, and we were just talking during the break about how many more questions we want answered. We know that you'll roll with it.
We got a ton of them for you.
We got a ton, but real quick. We have some of the questions before we move on was in preparation for all of this. So you went ahead and you reached what the 3 qualifications were, and you passed. You said, okay, I'm a fit for this. So take it from there.
Okay, so then the next thing, obviously they tell you when they're gonna go. And what people have to understand about these things, because a lot of people are going, wow, it's a tourist thing. No. The Keldysh, which is the ship that we are in, which is the same ship that is in the movie The Titanic, is a research ship. Nothing luxury about it. The only time the Keldysh would allow people, civilians, to go down to the Titanic is when they needed to raise money for more research. Then they would say, okay, we're going to allow 8 people, and at that time it was $35,000 each, to go down to the Titanic within this window of 1 week. And what they do is they had 2 submersibles, the Mir 1 and the Mir 2. The difference between our submersible and the Titan, Ocean Gates Titan, that unfortunately imploded, ours was made of steel. Ours only sat 3 passengers. Ours had I don't know if you guys know what a ballast is, but when a submersible goes down, it either has sandbags attached to it or it has something that's pulling it down, kind of like when you scuba dive and you have a weight belt on.
Okay, yeah.
If God forbid you need to come up right away, you ditch the ballast and the submersible starts coming up. From what I understand, the Titan had sandbags as one of their ballasts. The Mir had salt water in a certain container, in a certain area that you press release, and then you could come back up. Now, when you go to and this is the other thing they tell you, it's very weather controlled. If the weather's bad and it's your turn to dive because you pick straws, like what day you go, you miss your day, you're sorry, you're out your 35,000. The next person goes, and that's just the thing, and this is part of what you sign. Okay, there is no way at that time, back in 2005, for them to rescue you. You're not tethered to anything. You go down, and then a half hour later, the other Mir comes down, but there's no way for that Mir to hook up to you and pull you up. Now, if they did find that Titan had not imploded and it was down at the bottom, there is a machine, and I'm sorry, I forgot the name of it. It starts with Fly. I think it's Fly Walker, which is a cable that would go down the 2.4 miles. But the only way that cable could get that Titan back up was it would take a day to weld it to the deck of a ship so that it could be sturdy enough to pull the Titan up.
They
Now,
ran
what
out of
people don't
oxygen
understand-
anyway, correct?
They would have, because it would have taken a day to do that.
Correct.
But here's the thing. When people were saying things like, oh, they have to pull it up slow because of decompression. No. The reason that the submersibles can implode is because it's pressurized air.
Sure.
Just like you don't feel the difference. Like if I'm sitting here and I'm down at the bottom, I feel no difference. Just like you feel no difference when you're in an airplane.
Can I interject
because
really
the-
quickly? Why
Sure.
would they not get the bends if they went up quickly? You said they would
That's
not.
what I just said.
Right.
That's what I
They-
was explaining.
No, I understand. They will not get the bends, or they will get the bends.
They will not because they're in pressurized air.
Thank you.
Got it.
The only reason you would get the bends is because your body, when you're a scuba diver, is
Sure.
what's being pressurized and exposed to it.
Right,
So a
right.
diver has to come up slow,
Slow.
especially if he stayed down too long. And a diver has to do what they call hang time. So there's a rope at 15 feet below the top of the water, and you literally hang there because the excessive nitrogen has to come out of your system.
Sure.
There is no excessive nitrogen that has to come out of the pressurized submersible because the air is pressurized.
Right.
Now, in our submersible, it was 3 people. Picture us, I have a picture of it, but I didn't send you one. So I'm sitting here, it's a U shape. I'm sitting here, the pilot's sitting here, and the other passenger's sitting here. All of our knees are touching. It's 7 feet. You see how close we are? It's 7 feet inside that submersible.
How
Now,
long did
the
it take?
altitude-
How long did it
Yeah.
take to get down to the level to see the Titanic?
It takes 3.5 hours to get down to the Titanic.
Oh, wow.
And what they do is they put you in the mirror. When you see that picture of me getting in the mirror, they put you in the mirror. And first of all, these are the things. You can't wear or have anything on that's either alcohol or petroleum jelly based. And the reason is it's pure oxygen inside the mirror. If you had anything with petroleum based or alcohol based, it could easily ignite the inside of the mirror. The suit we were wearing is a Nomex suit that's fireproof. But
Wow.
that's not going to stop if all of a sudden your lipstick causes a spark in the air and a fireball comes inside. The other thing is you can't wear shoes. You can't wear shoes in our mirror. You couldn't wear shoes in the Titan because your bottom of your foot, when you step in, if it even touches, it could cause a spark, again, pure oxygen, and create a fireball inside. Wow. You're wearing layers of clothes, like as if you were going out in a snowstorm. You've got gloves, you've got, a shirt, another shirt, a scarf. Because at the bottom of the ocean by the Titanic, it's 31 degrees. When you go down, it's like a free fall. You spiral down. But if you think how vast the ocean is, how do you find the bow? So what they do is they drop 4 transponders in the pattern of a square, and the submersible goes in the middle. And these transponders ping off the submersible, constantly telling it you need to be in the X mark in the middle so that you'll wind up by the bow. It's battery operated, which means the battery could run out. So you keep the lights off, so you're in total darkness while you go down for the 3.5 hours down to the mirror. Because if they use the lights, the headlights, they want to use it for when you see the bow and when you're going around the ship. And what people don't realize, there's a difference between a submarine and a submersible. A submarine is meant to just descend, go a little bit right, go a little bit left, enough to get around the ship and go back up. A submarine can go from port, go hundreds of miles and go back. So when people were making fun of the joystick, all it really has to do is just make a little left, a little right, just to go around the ship. You must have been one of those people. I see you nodding your head. Okay.
Is the joystick story true?
Yes, of course. And here's the reason. If you have a car and something breaks, you could go out to a car store and buy a part. The Titan was one. It was only one.
They go to GameStop.
You can't. Where are you going to get a piece?
Question for you. So when you were going down the 3.5 miles, you know when you're taking off from the
3.5 hours.
sorry, 3.5 hours, but you know when you're taking off in the airplane and you feel that feeling in your stomach from taking off? Do you feel that the whole 3.5 hours going down, the pressure?
No, there's no, you don't feel any pressure.
Okay.
Because you're very, I don't want to say disoriented, like, oh my God, where am I? I'm inside. But you're disoriented you're in the water. It's dark. There's no reference point. There's not a tree, a road. There's nothing. It's just water.
It's like being in a womb. It's like being in a womb.
Exactly. Except at least, you're not breathing in the water, right?
Right.
You're just kind of spiraling down. And, you're talking to Anatoly. Anatoly Salgovich is the guy in the movie The Titanic when they first thought the blue diamond came out and there was just the papers and he goes, no diamond. That guy is Anatoly Salgovich. He's the one that designed the mirrors. People ask me if knowing what happened, would I do it again? In the mirror, absolutely. I would never have gone in that Ocean Gate submersible.
And do you know anything about that company that did not perform properly? I don't know. That's why I'm asking.
The thing about that company, I actually contacted them 2 years ago because I wanted to go down to the hydrothermal vents. Hydrothermal vents are where you never thought, you always think life only survives with photosynthesis. This was with chemosynthesis, meaning heat. So there are animals, thousands of them, surviving in like 2,000 degree water.
Whoa.
So I wanted
And you want to go there. And you want to go there.
He's like, hey, let's go. Yeah, not too close where our submersible burns up, but just close enough to see them,
Yeah, like 1,000 degrees. Not 2,000.
Yeah.
Don't push it.
Exactly. Well, the other thing too is the Mir 1 and 2 were certified to go down to 20,000 feet. The Titanic's only at 12,000. But from what I heard, that Titan was only certified to go down to 7,000, and yet it was trying to go down to 12. So it could, unfortunately, as soon as I heard that they lost communication, knowing that there were 7 ways that ship was supposed to, the submersible was supposed to bounce up, I said it imploded. Because to tell me that none of those 7 things worked meant that there was no ship anymore.
So when you say imploded, it means it blew up on the inside, or
it just
blew up.
Just disintegrated,
no,
right?
it doesn't. This is what happens. Okay, so if there's the 6 tons of pressure on every inch of the submersible, right? But if there's a part, like look at the way that Titan was shaped, more in a sphere, which means there's not equal distribution on each part of that submersible.
Right.
If a hole the size of a pinprick happened in that, the water would, this is what they told us, even with the mirror, the water would come in at such a force and velocity, it would be like a laser slicing you in half.
Wow.
And then what happens is once you hear that first crack, the next thing, it comes in, the whole thing implodes.
Yeah.
Nico wants to be a part of the Mir High Club.
You're sharing this story, and everyone here we're normally not this quiet, but it's so interesting to hear this information that all of us they're all saying there's no way I would ever have done this.
No way.
Well, you are an incredible woman, if I may. Absolutely incredible.
Jump across a volcano either, so.
But I have to say, the one thing that I find interesting, though, in what you're doing, one of the things for me in controlling fear, because you have no fear. I mean, you're willing to take risks.
No,
and
I do have fear. I
Roaches?
calculate. No. I'm saying even when I do these things, I go, well, something can happen, but you know what? I want to do it. I just kind of do it like that. I go through all the fear before I do the actual thing.
By the way, when you were being submersed, it's 3 hours down. Now you're circling, and just really share quickly with us, what did you see when you finally arrived?
Okay, so this is what happens. So first of all, after 800 feet, there's total darkness. So they purposely want you to get to the bow. So when he knows through the coordinates of the sonar they're at the bow, he turns on the headlights, and you are 10 feet from the bow of the Titanic.
Wow.
It is so surreal because you're looking out this little 6-inch window, and that's what you see. That's a picture taken from my camera. And
Wow.
it's so surreal. Now you're staring there, and now he's starting to point out that's Captain Smith's cabin. The mask. You can't, in this picture, if it's a little hard to see, but the mask
look at
where
that.
those guys were standing, and that's Captain Smith's bathtub. That white part over there is his bathtub. That over there is a first class window. Then you see the bottom ones that are closed with the rusticles over there. This one here is a third class window because it doesn't have a way to open, but you see all the sea life. That's a first class window because it was open, which means obviously it wasn't below the sea line when the people were going. That is the stern, that part right there. That's the propeller stuck in the sand, and that's one of the cups from the White Star that was in the sand.
Amazing.
And you
How
see
long are you down there for?
Yeah, how long are you
15 hours.
How long?
15 hours.
15.
Oh my goodness.
That 15
Can
is
I
a
call you incredible
total.
again?
That's a total from going down, circling, and going back up.
Correct.
So 7
And the
hours.
thing is, there's no bathroom.
15 hours
Like
total.
the
Yeah,
Titan
listen, we
apparently
wanted
has
to talk
15
about that.
hours total,
Yes.
there's 3.
So you can't
and then
pass
the rest.
gas. You can't use
How do
the
you hold your
bathroom.
How do you
Yeah,
hold
how do you
not
hold
going
the
to
bathroom?
See, that was the thing. See, you asked about what my fear was. My fear is I had to go to what if I had to go to the bathroom? So I asked them, I said,
That's what she's
what if
scared
I
of.
have to go? They said, 10 hours before you stop drinking. A few hours before you stop eating. I said, okay, let's say I do that and I still have to go. They said, well, we give you a packet. I'm like, a packet of what? They give you this little packet that you put against your body, and you put a shower curtain around you. You stand up on the chair next to the pilot's head, and you do what you gotta do.
Sounds like prison.
I said, I am not kidding.
I've never stood up and gone to the men's room. You know what I mean? The men's room.
I'm gonna start
So I'm
practicing
assuming you
that.
don't eat anything either. No eating,
Well,
no
you know,
nothing.
they did have the option that you could bring lunch and you could eat, but I was too scared that I
What,
would
an
have to go to the
MRE?
bathroom.
I don't
Yeah,
blame you.
So
I
I didn't
wouldn't
want to do
eat.
that.
Were you
And then
thirsty
what
at all?
So there was no pasta on board.
Yeah, they didn't want any of that pasta fazool, so you do any of the
Yeah.
fun. No.
Definitely not.
But
You imploded.
What did you
us.
eat when you were there? Did you eat?
I brought a candy bar, and that's the other thing. Because you're only thinking you're going to be down there, 15 hours, like the people in the Titan. We only bought 3 bottles of water. I had 3, they had 3. So those people were down, well, they weren't because they imploded, but had they been, they wouldn't have had water supply enough. They wouldn't have had a food supply. They would have been freezing. To preserve oxygen, they couldn't talk to each other because then you're using up the oxygen. But here's the thing. When you're already an adventurer who does these type of things, your first reaction when something goes bad is not to go, ah! Your first reaction is to say, okay, this sucks, what do we do? And
Shoot me
you
up with
go
the dart.
right away to survival
Hit me with the dart.
You shoot me with a dart.
Yeah.
Can I get another one, please? Make it a double.
Make a double.
There you go.
That'd be me.
Yeah.
There's Joe on the submarine.
terrible.
There he is.
Man.
Oh, man.
Definitely preserve oxygen that way. But then after you go to the bow, it was funny because this is my experience, not what happened to them. I was with this Japanese woman, and she kept wanting to take pictures, and we needed a certain time to be able to go around the ship. And she was pushing the pilot so she could get a picture. And she's, I need to take more picture. I need to take more picture. And he's like, you took 1,000 pictures of the bow. We need to move on. And she's like, I'm not happy. I only 80% happy. I'm like, 80% happy? What are you talking about? So
I love
he
her.
goes, I have good idea. And she goes, we're going to back up. Take picture whole ship. It's like, no one ever took picture the whole ship.
You'd have to back up pretty far.
Oh, God.
Yeah, and so he goes, I have better idea. Next time I put you outside submersible. And she's like, okay.
You see her hanging out there.
She was
taking
going
pictures.
for it too. She's like, I got a coat on.
She wanted to do his laundry.
It sounds like this experience was just. The question is, when you're doing something like that, given the number of souls that were lost in this terrible Titanic and the experience of what just recently happened, was there a sensation of anything of a ghostly feeling, anything like that?
Well, 2 things. Before we went down, the 2 nights before we went down, when they were getting everything prepped and we were just anchored above the wreck site, they had us watch the movie The Titanic,
Oh,
and then
good.
they had us watch the movie Ghosts of the Abyss. And the Ghosts of the Abyss would like take the picture of the bow the way it was, and then superimpose the picture of the bow how it is now. So you realize this is what it looked like, this is what it was. I became an ordained minister specifically so I could say a prayer down by the wreck site. And I contacted a naval officer to be able to say the proper prayer, because I wanted to honor, because when the Titanic went down, obviously the memorial services on the surface, but I wanted to be able to say a memorial service down by the wreck site.
Oh, wow. That's
Okay.
cool.
That was very, very thoughtful.
Thoughtful. And there's really quick, this is off subject, but in regards to you as an amazing woman, I had a southwesterly wind that you bungee corded or zip line across a volcano.
I zip lined into an active volcano in Nicaragua.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to say.
Oh,
I can't-
into
I almost
an
didn't believe the
active
person who told me.
volcano.
Into? What do
You're
you mean into?
unbelievable.
She said into. I heard
Describe how
into.
that works.
I'm sorry, what?
You zip lined into the volcano?
Obviously, she got to the other side.
Yeah, well, it wasn't a slide, actually. So you picture a volcano, big hole,
Right, big
and
hole.
I
Do you have
know it was
video
a
of this?
It was a makeshift because I was the first woman to zip line in it.
Of course you were.
Right, I was going to say.
And only.
Amazing.
Yeah.
No, after I
We
was
get
the guinea
t-shirts
pig,
made
other
of her.
people
I
don't know
love
we're
her.
following. Yeah. So I actually have a really funny video. Had I known you were going to ask me that, I would have showed you.
Next time we wanted to talk about that, yeah.
I want to
Okay.
see
It's
it.
a whole nother show.
That's a whole other show. So I zip lined in there. Then you're walking around. You got the sulfur mask on, obviously,
What?
so you're not breathing in the fumes.
Oh, there it
it
is.
is.
Oh,
Yeah.
There's
And I
hot
just
lava
grabbed
under there.
Forget it. She is amazing.
I feel like a
So,
wimp.
Yo, are you single by chance? I'd hate to even be a guy to try to step to her and be like, hey, girl, what's going on? I own my own business. You know what I'm saying? I make $500,000 a year. She's like, really? Well, this is what I've done.
On the table. I'm bringing it all.
Right? Oh, my God.
So you had the gas mask on or the...
well, so you have the gas mask on, but then, they have a little radio. Because remember, everything's makeshift when you're doing these type of things. And then they go, okay, Fran, it's time to come up. And meanwhile, and then I'll finish telling you about the Titanic, but just to sidetrack with that.
We got 4 minutes left. Make the most of it. Talk
Okay.
fast. Not that fast.
Not that fast.
She's like, don't say that. She can talk fast. You can't even do that.
Don't say that to her.
Really? Okay, here we go.
Do it.
Let me ask you a question.
Do
What
it.
can't you do? That's all I want to know.
Go
So
for
anyway,
it.
So then what happens is when you go down, when I was coming back up and they told me that the time was run out, that I was coming back up, as I'm in the middle, all of a sudden the rope stops and the guy, he's like got this heavy Australian accent, Fran, are you okay? And I'm like, yeah, what's up? They go, we ran out of propane. I'm like, where are they gonna get propane at the top of a volcano? So they said, you're gonna have to sit tight for 45 minutes. I'm sitting in the middle between the lava down there and the thing up here. And people kept saying, are you scared? I go, why would I be scared?
She's
What's
a
the worst that
daredevil.
happens?
She's like, I'm the devil. Take me home, baby. Take me home. No, I wasn't
dare
hot.
you
I was
to
a little
take me home.
perturbed.
How hot? How
A little
hot? How
flushy
hot
since
was
the-
it?
Since the
It's not that hot because you're not obviously over the lava or you would burn.
But it's
You're
close
up to
enough.
the side
yeah,
of
that's
the
very
lava.
close.
Yeah, it's close, but it's not that hot.
Now, did they warn you
like
about?
what? Like 100?
Like medium rare, medium well.
Did they warn you about farting there?
Medium. I was like medium. The more thing that you had to worry about was that the sulfur kept like choking you. But what happened was when I was stuck in the middle, at 45 minutes, vultures started circling my head.
Oh, you gotta be kidding me, dude.
Oh,
I'm
they're
not
ready
kidding
for
I
you.
have the video.
They're like, well
I
done.
have the
They're
video.
like, perfect. We got lunch. Okay.
And I was
I thought-
like, oh my
I thought
God,
you did
I'm
some
meat on
bad
a
stuff
stick.
in my life.
Yeah.
You got nothing on vultures.
Vultures. Wow, I don't know. So finish the Titanic story because we got to get.
We got
right-
2 minutes. You got 2 minutes.
So you go around to the other edge, and they the bow and the stern are 15 minutes apart by submersible because obviously they crack in half, and but it cracked in half when it went down. And then you go to the stern, you barely could recognize anything. It's all debris. It's like a debris field. Then you come back up. Now, you come back up very pensive because you just saw history. You realize a lot of people died down there. It's dark. It's
You survived.
cold, it's exciting. You survived. It's
You know
all
what I mean?
Yeah. And
That's, I
you
mean,
come
you,
back
I'm sure
up.
you signed something that you might die and that you're okay with it, right? Like a
Every
waiver.
single adventure I
That's
do.
what I'm saying. Part of it is like you're happy. I survived.
And how,
I'm alive.
How happy were you when you finally got to the top?
No, I wanted to stay down there longer.
You are a glutton for punishment.
You weren't hungry and didn't use the bathroom?
You don't listen. You know, like when you're really excited about something, you don't really, unless bathroom, you don't really think about like,
That's
oh,
what
I'm
I-
hungry. I'm this. You're so excited. You're like,
Yeah.
oh my god, I'm experiencing something that at that time only 108 people in the world have seen. More people were in outer space than down to the Titanic, and unfortunately, because of what just happened. Chances are it's going to be a long time before they let people
Before
down.
it happens
There are
again.
only like 5
Well, that's
crafts
because it's dangerous.
in the world that could go down
That's
to
why
that
that does
depth.
not.
Our submarines
Well, it's pretty simple.
So with that said, Fran, we wish we could hear more. We're so thankful that you're able to share this experience.
We love you.
We really are impressed with all of what you shared with us. And you know what? We want to have you back. Fran, the Daredevil Capo, that's who she is. We're going to name her that. Thanks so much for being here, Fran. For anyone that wants to catch up and ask more questions with you, how do
Love
they
you.
catch you? What
Bye.
website to see you?
Go
Say it
to
fast.
my name's Fran Capo, head of the mob, francapo.com, CAPO, francapo.com.
There it is.
Thank
Capo
you,
de
girl.
Tite Capo.
We appreciate you. Thanks so much.
Thank you.
Thank
Love
so
you
much
guys.
for watching VIP Lifestyle Network. You made it. Friday night, baby. Super exciting. Celebrities everywhere. We'll be here next Friday from 6:30 to 7:30. Quick shout out to my sponsors out there, Deck and Drive, Pizza Rica, Storm Tight Windows, and FatPickle.com. On behalf of Mag Job Kenny, Denise Cassell, Joe Rubo, my name is Nico. Go with the name you know, VIP Lifestyle Network. Thank you.